So we're getting back into the New York Giant rebuild. Now, in the last episode, we finished off by getting our what we believe to be the franchise quarterback of the future. We took them, I believe, with the second overall pick, and then we traded a boatload of picks to get the left tackle with the third overall pick. Both of them ended up being a 79 overall, and we are going to continue this rebuild now. We don't have much draft capital now after trading up for the left tackle, but what I think we're going to do, because we need to free up some cap space in order to really shore up our offensive line, we're going to be trading away Dexter Lawrence at the end of this season. That's my plan. My plan is to trade away Dexter Lawrence at the end of the season. He's taken up a lot of our cap, and as great as he is, he's still in peak form, if you will. He's a highly rated player. He's going to hopefully get us a lot of picks for the future, and we're going to try to use those to build an offense. And we've also got a defensive end that we had drafted, and a cornerback that we had drafted not 2 years ago, I believe it was. So let's take a look at our depth chart real quick, just to revisit what we're trying to do here. Marco Michaels, rookie, took him second overall. Our halfback situation, Khalil Herbert and Chase Brown with Tyrone Tracy. Our halfbacks aren't actually bad. Malik Neighbors, Wandell, Mecole, a lot of speed. Jeremy George, his second year. And then we've got Devin Quick, his second year. Tight end, we've got Theo Johnson, who's actually developing pretty nicely, 79. So I think in about 2 to 3 years, we might actually be pretty competitive. There's Andrew Thomas, our left tackle. Walker Little, who we signed off free agency. See, the interior of our offensive line is where we have issues now. John Michael Schmitz Jr. may develop into something for our center, but who knows? 73 is not good. 70 left guard and 72 right guard isn't going to get it done. Very young guys. And then there's Brendan Cole, who we traded up for. And then we're going to move over to the defensive line, who it is not the greatest. Cleveland Farrell, who we signed off of the free agency. Then there's Dexter Lawrence. Now, if we trade away Dexter Lawrence, our whole defensive line is just trash, right? It's trash. And when we have to trade him is before any of the free agents have been signed, because he has such a massive contract. And we're going to look at Azeez Ojulari. We got Bobby Okereke and Isaiah Simmons. And then on our right outside linebacker, we have Brian Burns. We also traded away Kayvon Thibodeau. And then our Keontae Mentor, second year corner, who 95 speed, by the way. That's pretty nice. And then Deontay Banks. These two guys are going to be the cornerstone of our pass defense. Cordell Flott is there. Andrew Phillips is there. But really, we're looking at Keontae Mentor as hopefully taking a massive leap here in the next 2 years. Tyler Newman, free safety. And then Jason Pinnock in the strong safety position. Then who cares about kicker? I signed him for so long. I think I put him like a 6-year contract. He's also our punter, by the way. Check that out. So yeah, we're going to finish up the season. I'll edit all that out so we don't have to sit through a bunch of simulations. And then we're going to try and work a trade to get Dexter Lawrence off of the team. See how many picks we can get for him when the cap is basically wide open for a bunch of teams. We're just going to try and move him for tons of picks if we can. I don't envision us being amazing in this year. You never know, right? No, I don't want to do that. You never know, because our very first year we actually made the playoffs with Daniel Jones being on the team and everything. So just to revisit our draft pick situation. Our draft pick situation, we're going to show up here, and then we'll look at our draft picks. See, we've only got our first rounder, and then we traded away all our seconds and thirds. We had a lot of them, but we needed to get that tackle. So now our tackles are good on our offensive line. We need to address the interior of offensive line. We've addressed the quarterback. He's going to be the future, hopefully. Our halfbacks are pretty decent. Our wide receiver room is good. The defensive line needs work, a lot of work, and hopefully Dexter Lawrence is going to get us the picks that we need, not for 2027, but for 2028, maybe for 2027, but I just don't envision it happening. Maybe we can hopefully get two first rounders for him this year and next year, and then maybe some extra on top. We'll see. So let me get through the season, and then we'll see what we can do. All right, so we finished 9-8. Our overall rating isn't that bad. They have no salary cap room, so we are definitely going to be moving on from Dexter Lawrence. I re-signed a few guys. Our halfback room is going to look atrocious, but Khalil Herbert was averaging like 3.4 yards a carry, which is terrible. It's really our interior offensive line that's the problem, and nothing else you can say about it. NFL MVP was Dak Prescott. Oh my gosh. Coach of the Year, Mike McCarthy. And let's take a look at the stats really quickly. So yeah, I'm very excited to get to looking at what we can get for Dexter Lawrence. That should be pretty cool. I'm hoping to get a massive haul. Marco Michaels, our rookie, 25 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 63% completion rate, 208 per game, 35-46 yards. That's really good. And for a rookie, I feel like that's really good. Rushing. Chase Brown, Khalil Herbert must have gotten injured there. Oh, he did. Yeah, see that 3.3 was his average? Only played 7 games. He was injured. But Chase Brown couldn't get it done on the ground. And our quarterback actually ran it 90 times, even though he's a strong arm. His makeup or archetype is strong arm with a little bit more field general, and our scheme fit would be field general. Tyrone Tracy averaging 3.4, so we have to upgrade our running backs. Both Chase Brown and Khalil Herbert will not be returning. 86 receptions, 1,054 yards for Malik Neighbors, 6 touchdowns. Mecole Hardman with 7 touchdowns, and Wandale with 2. Wandale with 877 yards, averaging 12.7, which is the most per catch of all of our starting wide receivers. And then Theo Johnson with a respectable 57, 557, and 5. The most downs played of any of the pass catchers. But I mean, he's a tight end. Middle linebacker, 112 tackles for Bobby Okereke. He's not going to be re-signed. Then Tyler Nubin with 71 tackles. Isaiah Simmons did get injured for the entire year. Super unfortunate. It was really early in the year too. Or middle of the year, I think. Because 71 tackles for a middle linebacker is not a lot. 1.5 sacks. And then let's look down at Dexter Lawrence. 54 tackles, 15 for loss, 11 sacks. Great year for him. 5 interceptions for Deontay Banks. He had a great year. Keontae Mentor, no interceptions for him. How many deflections? 7 deflected. So probably a career year for Deontay Banks with those 5 interceptions, and he did get a pick 6, it looks like. 2 fumble recoveries and a forced fumble there for Tyler Nubin, our safety. Keontae Mentor with a forced fumble. Jason Pinlock with a forced fumble. A block by Dexter Lawrence. Field goal block. And Nubin. Nubin had a great year. Hey. Tyler Nubin with a great year. Let's keep looking. Anything that stands out. 8.5 sacks for Brian Burns. 3 for Cleveland Farrell. And a 3-4 defense. That's pretty good. He was signed off of free agency. So offensively, we're terrible. 32nd in the league. Defensively, we're pretty good. 8th in the league. Can't complain about how we did defensively. Offensively, expected. I mean, it was a rookie quarterback. What can you really say? In the Super Bowl, nobody expected it. The Dallas Cowboys against the Indianapolis Colts. Let's see how they got there. The Indianapolis Colts were a 3rd seed, beat the Texans 38-30, then beat the Ravens, the 2nd seed, in the 27-21 in the divisional round. And then for the championship, the Las Vegas Raiders lost to the Colts. The Raiders were the number 1 seed. What universe are we in? On the NFC side, the Commanders lost to the number 2 seed Bears. The Cowboys beat the Packers, who beat the Bucks, and the Seahawks beat the Vikings, but then lost to the Bears in the divisional. And the Bears lost only by 2 points to the Cowboys. The number 1 and 2 seed in the NFC went at it in the conference championship, and then the 1st and 3rd seed in the AFC championship went at it. It was, I mean, props to the Colts. Anthony Richardson must be going off. So we're going to simulate this little week right here and see who the champion is for 2026. And then we're going to try and move Dexter Lawrence. Where are we in the mock drafts as well? And it was the Colts, it looks like. Sometimes that number's not correct, and it wasn't correct. It was the Dallas Cowboys. NFL MVP Dak Prescott. Coach of the Year Mike McCarthy. Offensive Player of the Year Lamar Jackson. Defensive Player of the Year Aiden Hutchinson. Hopefully he comes back strong this year. Offensive Rookie of the Year Earl Woodbury for the Cardinals, and Defensive Rookie of the Year Jonathan Stanford for the Colts. Micah Parsons was the Super Bowl MVP, and they are the 7-time champs now. The Colts lost 21-10. Congratulations to the Cowboys on that one. But now the real fun. Well, let's take a look at the mock draft here. They've got a left outside linebacker going 1st overall, then a safety 2nd overall, a right end 3rd, corner, left end, then the quarterbacks go. Now, Demarius Turner is supposed to be the best quarterback in the draft. Reggie Foreman is rated a top 5 halfback. Where are we? We didn't make the playoffs, but we went 9-8, and we got 18th overall pick. We're mocked to get Nick Skinner as a run stopper, but we will, I mean, we're going to see what we can get for Dexter Lawrence. We're still rebuilding. We're going to see what we can get for Dexter Lawrence. We're still rebuilding, and we're going to skip ahead. We're going to get through the combine and everything, and then I will bring you guys back for the trade offer that I'll send out, and hopefully it gets accepted. All right, here's something I do not think is going to go through. 2 future first round picks for the Rams, a 2nd round pick, a 5th, a 6th, and Puka Nacua. They offered me Puka, a 5th, and a 6th. Now, I don't necessarily need Puka. I've got Malik, and I'm fine with getting like support wide receivers. We're losing Mecole Hardman this year, which, I mean, whatever. It's Mecole Hardman, right? But the thing that they don't have now is Matthew Stafford retired and Cooper Kupp retired, so they don't have a quarterback. So I want to capitalize on that if I can and get their 1st round picks in the following 2 years. Let's see if they do it. I don't think that they will. The interest level is interesting. A medium interest level. What if I got rid of this 5th and 6th? I don't care about that. Let's get rid of the 5th and 6th, right? Give me the 3rd round in 2029. Still medium. Okay. Well, I'm gonna work this. Give me that right there. 2 firsts, a 2nd, and Puka. All right, let me see what I can work, and I'll bring back. We did it. I mean, we gave up more than we wanted to originally, right? But I feel okay with what we did. Now, here, I'm gonna go through it now. Dexter Lawrence is gone. Brian Burns is gone. 2 massive defensive pieces headed to the Rams. Walker Little was on the last year of his contract. I think Brian Burns was also on the last year of his contract, and Dexter Lawrence only had 2 more years, which may mean he's on the last year of his contract as well. I can't remember. Plus, this year's 4th, next year's 3rd, and the following year's 3rd. 4, a middle linebacker, which we had none. We lost them both in the offseason. And this year's 13th overall pick, we kept our 1st as well, so we have the 13th and 18th. This year's their 2nd round pick, we didn't have a 2nd round this year. We didn't have a 3rd round this year either. So we basically didn't have a 3rd, a 2nd, this year, and we got their second, so that's good. Then next year's first and second, and then the following year's first, and now the Rams do not have Matthew Stafford, nor do they have Cooper Kupp, and they lost another piece as well in the offseason. Their defense is going to be great. Our defense was great. Our defense was great. But with these contracts expiring, Brian Burns in particular, I can't remember if Dexter Lawrence, but either way, Dexter Lawrence, if he had 2 years, 2029, he won't be there, or they just won't be able to, or they'll bring him back at a crazy contract, because he's still going to be good. Don't get me wrong, he's still going to be good. So with all of that said, look at their cap room. You can see it in the background. They've only got $14.7 million to play with and no first or second round pick. I am hoping, I'm praying that their offense is trash next year. Now this is Madden simulation, so who knows, right? They'll probably be a playoff team and be second in the conference for all Madden is concerned. But in real life, they're screwed. In real life, they're screwed. Look at my cap room now. $139 million. We can go sign a bunch of people if they're available. And if not, don't sign them. Don't sign people we don't need. Just roll it over to next year and re-sign people next year. It's fine. We're rebuilding, baby. We got our quarterback on a rookie contract still. It's only going to be his second year. I'm stoked with this. I mean, I almost put our free safety in there, who's like a 80-something overall as well, and Newbin had a great year, because safeties to me are replaceable. But Little was an interior offensive lineman for us. He's slated as a right tackle, but he wasn't playing that position. So now in the free agency, we're gonna have to look at our interior offensive line and try and do something with it, with $130+ million to play with. Look at this, Ronnie Stanley. We could get Ronnie Stanley if we wanted to, make a push this year. We could do that. He's 33 years old. That's okay. We could put him in the middle of the line. That's fine. DeMarcus Lawrence. Hey, you're old as anything. You're a relic. Come on over, buddy. Come on over. We have no halfback to speak of. Tajay Spears, you probably cheap. Come on over. You know what I mean? Right outside linebacker. We just lost one. That's okay. Matt Milano. Welcome home. You know? So I'm going to handle free agency. I am stoked to see what happens. And then we have the draft as well. And we could potentially trade out of the 13th overall pick and get even more first round picks. It's a possibility. I could just draft a quarterback, because if you remember, we had 5 quarterbacks that were rated top 5. Well, predicted to go in the top 5. One of them in particular was rated top 5. And I'm telling you right now, if he's available, I'm grabbing him. I'm grabbing him and I'm trading him. I'll see you soon. All right, so here we go. I signed a lot of players. I mean, normally I don't get that involved in free agency, but I feel like we got a haul here. So here are my signings. Dexter Lawrence at left end. We signed him to a 1-year, $20 million deal, but he's an 84 overall, and we needed somebody to be able to be there on the end. 2 middle linebackers, and we re-signed Isaiah Simmons. He was with us, so he had a torn triceps. He still has that torn triceps, but he had a really good start to the year, and he's got a 91 speed as well, and he's a scheme fit. Along with Mac Wilson for 3 years for him. We signed Odeyingbo, I cannot say that, for 3 years, 18.6 milli. He's the other end on the defensive line. Then on defensive tackle, we actually signed 2 defensive tackles. Harrison Phillips is the better of the 2. We signed another guy who's a 70 overall, but Harrison Phillips is a 1-year deal. He's 31 years old. Then we have Dylan Parham on the interior offensive line, 2 years. Pretty decent deal, I'd say, for an interior offensive lineman who's 28 years old. 76 overall. Alex Kappa, a scheme fit as well. 1-year deal for him just to hold us over. Then Juice The Juice Scruggs 3-year deal for a center and only 27 years old. Scheme fit 75 overall. Devin Bush, I'm pretty excited about this guy. 2 years. Look at the contract though. 6 million salary, 3.6 bonus. So that's about 12 years. That's not a bad contract. 12 million, I'm sorry. That's not a bad contract for a left outside linebacker in Devin Bush, who's got speed, and he's only 29 years old. These guys on the defensive end do last a little bit longer in terms of their regression and overall, I believe. Here's that second left end. He's only 23 years old. That's why I signed him behind Dexter Lawrence. I expect Dexter Lawrence to get injured. He's old as dirt. And then here's the other defensive tackle I was talking about. He's 70 overall, just in case, because our defensive tackle was a 59. So those are my signings. We shore up the interior offensive line. We get the defensive line down with a little bit of depth. And we address the middle linebacker and left outside linebacker positions. Our right outside linebacker has not been addressed, but that's okay. You can't do it all. And we had a little bit of wiggle room left over in our cap space as well if we want to try and make a move in the draft. We got to do our private workouts, and I'm actually going to keep you guys here for the private workouts. Let's see here. I do need another halfback. We do need another halfback, and we've only got him 65%. So we're going to select Foreman. We have a left end on contract. We just signed him. But this is a top 5 left end. And I'm trying to see if I have somebody that I need to pull up for. We've only got 3 choices now. I believe we only get 3 choices for these. So we have 1 more to go. And I did favorite this wide receiver here. He's a scheme fit. He ran a pretty decent... Him and Reed are my 2 guys. That's a run stopper. If it was a speed rushing defensive tackle, that would be a scheme fit for us. We should look into the 2nd round though. Cooper is probably, or the right guard would be good, but I don't want to, actually no, I don't want to go move up for a halfback. That's a bad move. That is a bad move. If he's there, he's there. If he's not, he's not. The right guard, interior offensive lineman. Can we get another one? No, we cannot. Just to make sure, let's take a look at their combine results for everybody that... Can I... that's fine. Let's look at the combine results for everybody that I'm... Oh my god, dude. I tell you what. Annoying. Annoying that they do this. Alright, so... I have to deselect and reselect. He ran a 4.82, 33 bench, 35 vertical. I mean, that's pretty decent for a 6'3", 267-pound guy, and he's a speed rusher, which I believe is a scheme fit. Evans ran a 4.42. He's 6'5". His talent is around 2 to 3. His vertical is a 41.3. I don't remember who else I tagged. Hartwig was one of them, I believe. It's so annoying that this glitch happens, where I can't see who I've selected for private workouts. Evans, we do need a wide receiver eventually. 4.42, 41 vert. That's pretty nasty. He's supposed to go in the 1st round. His talent is around 2 to 3 though. And then we've got this guy right here. We do need a defensive tackle. His bench is a 39, which is insane. But then we've got this guard. 6'6", 342. We're gonna look at him. Round 1 to 2, power guard. Not the greatest 40 time, but his bench is a 40, which is tied for the most in the draft. His vertical, I mean, his physicals aren't great. So I need to know. And this guy ran a 4.24. So if he's available for my second pick in the first round, I might take him. So let's confirm this. We've got a left end, a right guard, and a wide receiver, Jimmy Evans. And we're going to see now what that amounted to. When we go to the draft, it's not going to automatically start, I don't believe. Ooh, I am on the clock in my fantasy draft right now, and I'm not going to pick. We got Isaiah Simmons all healed up. You can get him back on the field. We're literally at the draft, my guy. Come on. Now let's see here if they updated anything for us with who we wanted to see. I wanted to see this wide receiver, Evans. Yep, alright, he's 100% now. Round 2 to 3. Can we take a look at the physicals? No. I guess this is all we're gonna get. Let's take a look at Jimmy Evans. A for carry and ball carrier vision. Break tackle is a B, so he's a Debo. Catch is a A. Spin and juke as well. Catch and traffic's an A. Spectacular catch a B. Short, medium, and his route running's trash. I don't understand how it... Okay, it doesn't matter, right? This stuff doesn't matter. Whatever. Run block is an A. That's nice. Stamina's an F. Injury's an F. That's a problem. That is a serious problem for me. I guess if he's available, I'll take it. With the second pick, maybe? We're going to take a look at... Who's the other ones? We got the right guard, right? Ooh, right guard 1 to 2. Power. I want to take a look at his player card real quick. Impact block, pass block's a C, run block's a B. Elite change of direction, great acceleration. Don't care about his speed. Elite strength is what I care about. Stamina, run block, power are both A. And then there's one other one that we were looking at. Was it Martinez? It was Santiago Martinez, who's also a speed rusher. Finesse moves A, block shed D, power moves C, tackle B. And he's 23 years old. Elite jumping with a 35 vert. Elite acceleration, change of direction, great. Skills, stamina's A, injuries F. Oh my god, dude. Craziness. So he's around 1 to 2. He's not even around 1, but they have him projected top 5. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. But you know who is top 5 talent? This QB right here, who's also a scheme fit. We already have our QB though. So it is what it is. So before the season really began, I set up my scouts to be on par with what the strength and weaknesses were for the regions specifically. This is all we get. This is all we get. This is all we get. Come on, man. It's all quarterbacks that we can see talent for. It has to be that the national focus guy is just the utmost important because he's my quarterback guy. And because I saw this is a deep quarterback class, I just wanted to make sure that if a quarterback fell to me that should be drafted, like a Levy, I can draft him maybe and turn it around and make something out of it trade-wise. That's the only reason I did it, because I'm trying to get those picks. By the way, Gardner Minshew, I believe, is the starting quarterback for the Los Angeles Rams. So we'll see how that turns out for them. I have all 3 of their picks, their first and second round picks for the next 3 years, including this year. I actually want to take a look at that team right now, just to see what they did in free agency, just to see whether or not we made a good investment here. Who's your quarterback? It's Baker Mayfield at 78 overall. This was before he broke out here this year. Still, I mean, not a bad quarterback, 78 overall. They have Kyron Williams there along with Rashad White. Yep, Rashad White and Blake Corum. So their halfback group is good. They still have Puka Nacua there with Michael Wilson and Tyler Lockett's there now as well. Who's that tight end? Cade Otton. They took two Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a decent left tackle who's young, a left guard who's young, their center Avila who's good. They might actually have a really good team here. I'm still excited to have stolen all of their first round picks. And their defense is going to be incredible. They're probably a Super Bowl contending team. It is what it is. I was just hoping that their quarterback room is just going to be bad enough for us to get something going here. And we are going to start the NFL draft now. Let's see. Let's skip this. Let's see who the Panthers take. They should take a quarterback here in Demarius Turner. And we're going to be looking at trying to short up. Do I take him? Is he a speed rusher? Maybe. We don't know who else could be given us a shot here. Maybe Meadows there. This guy, though. This guy right here. Let's check his combine again. Is he the one that ran a 4.42, 41 vert? Jimmy Evans. I don't know if I can let him drop to the second. Yeah, 41 vert. There's Demarius Turner, the first overall pick. He deserves it, honestly. He's the only top 5 rated quarterback in the draft. And there he is, looking spiffy. All right, we're going to skip ahead. I don't feel like trading up for any of these guys. The halfback to me isn't worth trading up for, and that would be probably the only guy in the top that I would go for. So let's skip ahead, and I'll catch you guys soon. All right, here we go. So Demarius Turner, first overall. Then that halfback, Reggie Foreman, went second overall. Then a right end in Will Meadows, who was somebody I was possibly going to look at getting. David Levy, a quarterback, then a corner. A left end in Santiago Martinez, who was projected to go top 5 as well. What is happening? Oh, you're hearing my fantasy draft. You're hearing my fantasy draft. How do I mute this? There we go. Sorry about that. The wide receiver is still out there. It's between. Let's go see who we can look at. Let's see who we're gonna look at here. I don't want any of these quarterbacks. Jimmy Evans, with a great physical, terrible route running though. He doesn't need to be the number 1. He's gonna be the number 3. We don't need him. But here's the thing. Who can we actually get? A center maybe? I'm looking at the awareness here. The left tackle. There's no defensive lineman. There's Skinner right here, who's a run stopper at right end. Not something I really want. Townsend. I'm trying to get Hartwig here. With my second pick. Let's see what we can get. With trading it. What if we trade it? Review the offers. Who's gonna give us a bag? The Bears will give us 2 years down the line a first. They'll give us their second round pick. 2 firsts from the Bengals, who just had a pretty good year. I think they got Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. I might take that. 2 firsts from the Broncos, who has Bo Nix, which I don't know if he's good in this game. Do we set it up for the future with 2 firsts? 2 firsts from the Steelers, who I did not see in the playoffs. I haven't seen the Broncos in the playoffs. 2 firsts from the Ravens. I don't want to do that. They're going to give me a 6th on top of it. Nah. Pick 27 plus pick 59 from the Packers. We're just seeing how many first and second round picks we can get out of people here. The Dolphins with the 35th overall. That's interesting. The Cowboys, who just won, would give me their 32nd overall, a first rounder next year, a third and a fourth this year. I don't know how much that's going to matter to me. I'm definitely not trading with the Chiefs because they should be good every year. All right. It's between the Bengals and the Broncos. First, a fourth this year and a third, or 2 firsts, a third, and a seventh. And again, their team is probably better than the Broncos. I might just take this. For the 13th overall, I still could possibly get who I want with my 18th overall pick, but I'm getting... Then I would have 3 first rounders in the 28 draft and the 29 draft. I'm going to do it. And a 3rd round pick as well, and a 4th round this year. I'm going to do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a trade.
Now I want to know who they take. And they take Max Taylor at safety. Don't care about that. Javier Tate at right outside linebacker. There's Jimmy Evans to the Patriots. Donald Lambert. Don't really mind that one. And here's the Eagles. Nick Skinner. And we still... I just want to know. Now I want to know. Can I get 2 more firsts? Can I get 2 more firsts? I can from the Bengals, who would give me a 5th and 7th. The Buffalo Bills would give me 2 firsts. The Broncos would give me a haul. But I think I'm going to take my right guard here. Because I can't just keep kicking it down the line. I could do the Eagles. I don't want to do the Eagles either. Interesting, I could get 2 firsts from a couple different teams. But we're going to make our selection here. We're going to take our right guard and shore up the interior of the line. Or at least try to. With Cam Hartwig. Let's see how big this boy is with his 40 bench. I probably would have picked that wide receiver if his route running was better. Look at this man. He is stacked. Look at this guy. Look at this dude. He is big. Hartwig. 18th overall. Ranked 24 in true value. Drafted him at 18. Former high school power forward. Rarely pushed backwards by power moves. Shows good technique and IQ in the run game. We need that. Let's see. He's got a hidden trait. He is 23 years old, but he weighs 342. His injuries in A as well. Run block power A. Stamina A. Lead block A. Impact A. Run block is a B. Where's his pass? His pass is a C. Awareness is a B. Pass block power B. I mean, I feel like we got a really good player there, and I am very happy with that selection. We are going to move to the next pick here. By the way, I got Tua in my fantasy draft, and I feel like he's my 3rd quarterback. We're in a startup dynasty league. I got Jared Goff, Tua Tagovailoa. I can't say that either. And I got Kyler Murray now as my quarterbacks. I traded out of my 1st round pick to get an extra 1st rounder for next year. My team is looking okay. It's probably mid to lower end of the tier, but it is what it is. Do we have... They took a quarterback, corner, guard. There's Reggie Cooper. I might have taken him here with this pick. Alright, so I don't know if any of these people have been scouted by me. But we are going to see who we can get. We can get Morrison here. Johnson. He's got around 3 to 4 grade. Round 2 to 3 is Morrison. He's the only one. Bobby Johnson, 6'2". Wow, I just doing that by favorites. Let's see. What did you do, Bobby, in the combine? He ran a 4.45. 38 vert, pretty good. 18 bench, pretty good. 123 broad drum, pretty good. Decent cone, shuttle. What do we have for his? His awareness isn't great. Stiff arm, don't care about any of this. Alright, catching is a B, catching traffic's a B, spectacular catch is a C. His route running isn't terrible. It's not as bad as the first round pick. But he is around 3 to 4. We don't have a third round pick that he could. We just don't need a wide receiver, you know? And again, we haven't scouted any of these people. Let's take a look at the awareness here. A middle linebacker. A lot of middle linebackers and linebackers. We do need somebody. We do need a linebacker. I don't really want to take a strong safety. We have a pass protector round 3 to 4 projection. It would be the quarterback. I mean, maybe we could trade that quarterback. He's at the bottom of the list here. You can't see him behind my big head. Got a power back, vertical threat, and tight ends. I say we go with a linebacker. He's projected to go round 2 to 3. I don't have any information about this guy. His tackle's a B. His play recognition's an A. Impact block. Hit power is a C. We're gonna go Morris Barber out of Notre Dame. It's not gonna be a good pick, I don't think. Let's see what we get. He's ranked 15 in true value. I drafted him at 45 because this is good speed for a linebacker, high football IQ, routinely on display, and a sure tackler. What? We got a steal. 90 speed, 79 strength, 81 jump, 91 excel, 83 agility, 74 change of direction. We just got a steal at linebacker and a hidden trade as well. Oh yes, play recognition's an A. He looks like a serial killer. Did you see that guy? He looks like Edmund Kemper, whatever that guy's name is. I think our next pick is a 4th rounder. Yep. Alright, let's see who we have that we could take here. This is our last pick between here and the 6th and 2 7th round picks that we have. I don't think we have anybody that we can take that we know of. There are the linebackers. The left outside linebacker. We have no defensive lineman. Flowers dropped to 26. He's a run stopper. His awareness is a C. I would like to keep it in the A's, so we're probably going to go with whoever has the better physicals here. Marginal to poor. Decent, good, solid, great jumping, good speed, good strength, marginal to poor, throw power, who cares? Wait a minute, that's a tight end. Why'd they do that? A 4.31 wide receiver. Round 3 to 4 talent. Hold on a second. Deep threat? Hold on a second. We might have found a wide receiver. 409 shuttle. He's only 5'8". Let's take a look at his player card real quick. His route running, deep routes a B, releases a D. His physicals are good. Deep routes a B, catching's a C, catching traffic and carrying's a D, medium routes a D, releases a D. We're getting him in the 4th round though, you gotta remember. 4th round wide receiver who ran a 4.31, so he's a deep threat. This tight end ran a 4.67. Hoover. You're only 21 years old. let's go back to the linebackers. Left outside linebacker is what it was. Yeah, he ran a 4.68. They're both Barnett, by the way. 4.68, and he's stronger. He's got a better vertical. His physicals are much better than the other one. Much better than the other guy. I think I'm going to go with this left outside linebacker, Terrence Barnett. He's a pass cover, so he's supposed to be in the 3-4. His physicals are good. Awareness is an A. Yeah, let's go with him. In the 4th round, getting somebody with a A awareness in the 4th round, I feel like should work out. There's a lot of clapping going on. Was a 140 in true value, drafted him at 108. Average pick was a C-. Can be trusted to drop into zone coverage. Instincts will need to make up for lack of speed. Slow to react. Well, I mean, he was the best. He was faster than the other guy. His speed's an 84. That's okay. And, I mean, he's going to play zone coverage when he drops back into pass when he's not rushing anyways. What is he considered? His archetype is pass coverage. Play recognition is a C. Zone coverage is an A. Catching is an A as well. Block shed might be bad. All right. All right. On to the 6th and 2 7th rounders that we're going to have. You know what? What can I get for this 6th rounder? 6th. If I see a 5th in here, I'm taking it probably. Ravens 5th. Cowboys 5th. Cowboys just won the Super Bowl.
There has been
And while the Cowboys
trade.
just won the Super Bowl, I don't think their team is better than the Ravens in reality, but you never know. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Let's make some deep selections. We're going to go back to what we've been doing with the awareness. Barnett is still there. So is that left tackle. McLeod, potentially undrafted. Dunlap, 6'5". He ran a 4.56 at 6'5". His vertical was only 36.9. His broad jump's at 123 though. You know what? We need to get another guy. His deep route's an F, releases a B, catch it. Whatever. We need a wide receiver, just in case. We have Malik Neighbors. I drafted him pretty good. Pretty good. 168 true value. Got him at 206. So I'll take that. 6'5" wide receiver coming off the bench. And then we've got our second 7th rounder. And let's see if we can get some speed. What do we have for speed still out there? Glass. That's not a good name. He's a day 3 pick. 4.31. No, 37 vertical though. So he's a speedy dude. He's a speedy dude. Let's take a look at his player card. He's not gonna catch the ball. Maybe he could be a kick returner for us. Yeah, that's a fast dude. That's a fast dude right there. Short routes an F, releases an F. He is not. I don't think I'm gonna draft him. I don't know, man. Lance Glass. We'll keep an eye on him. Lance Glass. What about a halfback? Got a receiving back for 4.43. He's 5'11", 199. I do need another back. I believe this is a decent pick. Ball carrier vision's terrible. I mean, it's just a depth piece. It's just a depth piece. Yeah, whatever. It's a 7th round pick. Boo me all you want. Now to recap, we now have 3 first rounders in the next 2 years. Insane. Insane. Are they going to show us all the rookies? Just mine. All right, in the first round, we got Cam Hartwig with a 75 overall. In the second round, we have Morris Barber, who that second round pick came for trading Dexter Lawrence and Brian Burns and a couple of other picks. And then Barnett, 68 overall, left outside linebacker. That's actually pretty good for a 4th rounder. And then Keelan Dunlap, 67 overall wide receiver in the 7th round. I actually like that. And then Trevor McLaughlin, depth piece, 91 speed. 82 speed for that wide receiver is not that great. 90 speed for Barber. Cam Hartwig should be good at right guard. He might sit this year, but that's okay. All right, we're going to move on to the next year, and I'm going to set it all up, and then I'll be right back. Once again, our defense pass was really good. 5th in the league for defensive passing, but again, probably because we couldn't score at all. 32nd in offensive points per game, which is dead last. Passing yards per game, 27th. Offensive rushing, 29th. It was just really bad. Let's take a look at the playoffs. Once again, the Cowboys are in the Super Bowl, this time going up against the Buffalo Bills. On the NFC side, we had the Saints lose to the Commanders, the Niners lose to the Eagles, the Vikings lost to the Seahawks. The Seahawks beat the Eagles 28-26, the Cowboys beat the Commanders 28-14, and then the Cowboys beat the Seahawks 35-30 for their 2nd trip to the Super Bowl in 2 years. The Chiefs once again lost in the divisional round. This is the 2nd time I've seen them number 1 seed. They've been there, I think, 3 or 4 times now. They lost to the Ravens. And then the Ravens lost to the Bills in the AFC Championship. Texans were a 2nd seed, won against the Chargers 35-20. Bills 35-17 over the Bengals. The Ravens beat the Raiders 35-24. The Raiders, I believe, were in the Super Bowl last year as well. And then the Texans lost to the Bills, who went on to beat the Ravens, and the Ravens just barely beat the Chiefs. And the Bills against the Cowboys, once again a number 1 against the number 3 seed in the Super Bowl. I will say we have the number 1 overall pick for our team being so bad, but according to the mock drafts, we have the 1st overall, the 3rd, and the 7th, according to mock drafts. Now, I don't believe that. I looked at the standings, and it doesn't make much sense to me. Mike McCarthy, once again, Coach of the Year. Jacoby Myers, Player of the Year for the offense. Jalen Hurts, Offensive Player of the Year from the Eagles. Defensive Player of the Year, once again, Aiden Hutchinson for the NFC. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Dunn from the Niners. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Chris Flowers for the Panthers. And none of our guys. I don't believe any of our guys got any recognition. Oh, wait a minute. Dexter Lawrence down there. I'm sorry, DeMarcus Lawrence down there. There's Dexter Lawrence, 2nd to Agent Hutchinson. Let's look at our DBs. Our DBs are really good, but we don't get recognition in the awards section. Let's take a look at the stats on the year. I already know them. I just want you to see them. The stats are... Malik Neighbors does. By the way, we signed Joe Mixon first week. Got injured 7 plays in. 7 plays in, Joe Mixon tore his MCL, out for the entire year. Had to sign J.K. Dobbins. Of all running backs, J.K. Dobbins, who's been injured almost his entire career. Marco Michaels took a step back in terms of touchdowns and interception ratio. 3,645 yards, about the same as last year. Completion percentage about the same as well. Take a look at this. J.K. Dobbins, 98 attempts. He took a back seat to the attempts of Jose Garrard, who had 2.8 average. I mean, our quarterback had better average than them. And then there's Joe Mixon, 7 rushes for 29, had 19 plays, played 1 game barely. It's just craziness. And then here's our receiving. Malik Neighbors, 88 catches for 1167, 7 touchdowns. Pretty good numbers from him. Wandale, 71 for 800, basically. Jeremy George, third-year wideout, 63 catches, 693. I mean, that's 7 touchdowns. That's a decent year for wide receiver 3 on the team. And then Theo Johnson, who we re-signed on the year. And then Jose Garrard. Defensively, nothing great to speak of. Nobody got a lot of interceptions. Our middle linebacker that we signed off of free agency got 3. Deontay Biggs got 2. Isaiah Simmons got 1. Sack leader was Demarcus Lawrence. Azeez Ojulari got 3.5. Odeyingbo got 3.5. I mean, nothing crazy. Our Perion Winfrey also got a sack. Our rookies didn't really do much, but if we do have the 1st, 3rd, and 7th overall picks in this year's draft, that's pretty exciting. We also have 3 more picks next year, and that's what I'm hoping comes to fruition. Is we have built ourselves up through the draft. Who do we think wins? I'm gonna say the Cowboys repeat. They seem to have a really good team. And looks like the Bills won. You notice it says 25-28, and it's got the Bills on the left, Cowboys on the right. Now check this out. Bills won. Why do they do that? I don't know. Bills won. Josh Allen, Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes, NFL MVP. Mike McCarthy, once again, Coach of the Year. Jacoby Myers, Offensive Player of the Year. Myles Garrett, Defensive Player of the Year. Lance Dunn, the quarterback, Offensive Rookie of the Year for the 49ers, and Will Meadows, Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Dolphins. Nice. So at least the Cowboys got back to the Super Bowl. Let's look at this last mock draft that's going to come out. Yep, there it is. We have the 1st overall and the 5th overall and the 8th overall. So it's looking pretty good for us. Around 2 to 3 projection for Deion Milner. We're not going to be taking him. Round 1 for Brian Matthews, and a top 5 for Kevin Temple, right outside linebacker. We're going to definitely grab him. We're also going to take a look at Greg Allison. We'll call him in for a meeting. Greg Allison. John Carden. We'll definitely take a look at John Carden. Greg Allison, John Carden, and Dalvin Lauderdale. Round 1 to 2 for him. Well, I'm going to skip ahead so you don't have to deal with any of this. We're going to see what the retirements are. You don't care about that, I'm sure. And then we're going to do the combine and all that. So I'll catch you soon. All right. Here's what we did in the free agency. Not that much. Not that much. We got Wyatt Teller, right guard. We're going to put him at left guard. TJ Watt, left outside linebacker. I went ahead and traded what I had at left outside linebacker, which I can't remember. Azeez Ojulari, I believe, was there. I can't remember. But I got a 2nd round pick from the Chargers for him and a left end that will never even see the field. And a halfback from them that'll never see the field either. Jonathan Allen, defensive tackle. That'll be a nice plug and play there. Keaton Mitchell, he'll be our starting halfback. And Spencer Johnston, to replace the left end that I traded with, who's also just going to be a depth piece. And so then in the draft, it's looking like we're going to take a right outside linebacker 1st overall. Kevin Temple is going to be our number 1 pick. And then beyond that, I don't know, man. Brian Matthews looks like it'd be a good pick. There's a wide receiver that's a top 5 talent that I'd like to get as well if he lasts that long. He's mocked to get to us, but we'll see. A middle linebacker could be good. But we've only got 3 picks here. One of them's going to go to our outside linebacker. We already got a middle linebacker last year. I want to get a wide receiver, and there's 2 wide receivers that I could possibly grab here. So right outside linebacker, wide receiver. Those are both going to be taken. Now, what else can I get? There's no interior offensive lineman available in the top. Look at this. Look at this. Where's the first one? Right here. 22nd overall. This is the guy I was looking at getting, Zeke Murrell. 5'11". He runs like a 4.55 or something like that. But top 5 talent. So I'm going to go with him. And then I'm not sure what I do with my third pick. I have the first overall, the 5th, and the 8th, I believe. The 5th, I think I'm going to go with my wide receiver. The 1st, I'm going to go with Temple. And that's going to leave me with something else. Maybe I go with Callaway. Maybe I can move him to the interior, right? I'm not too sure. Maybe... Alright, we're going to select Callaway for a private workout just to see if that would be a good match. We're going to look at... Carden would be nice. He ran a 4.46 as a middle linebacker. And then... That's a round 1 talent at left end. Do we look at... He's a power. I don't know. I don't know what we do here. It could be Thurman, could be Allison. 4.78, but he's a power rusher. 7.243 cone, which is pretty good considering that middle linebacker up. Oh wait, that's a no, that's not that great. Never mind. 31 bench though. Might look at this right tackle here. That's 5.21. Move him to the inside. 34 bench. His broad jump is nice. He's got strength. That's what he's got. He's got strength. I mean, at this point, we're looking at trying to shore up the interior offensive line. There's no defensive tackles available here at all. I could look at this right outside linebacker and put him on the other side. We got TJ Watt, left outside linebacker. Temple will be our right outside linebacker. So this guy would sit if he lasted all the way to me. What's his measurables match out? He's got a better vert. Broad jump not as good. 7.3 cone about the same. Shuttle a little bit about the same. Man, look at that. Look at that quarterback. That quarterback. Nice shuttle for that quarterback there, number that tall. So yeah, I'm a little bit torn here. I wish there was a halfback in here. I would grab him. There's none. None whatsoever. We re-signed Theo Johnson, so we're not going to get a tight end. I'll probably look at the... He's round 1 talent, so that's better than nothing, but I mean, I already know. So let's look at Allison. What's... I just wish it was a speed rush, not power rush. We've only got TJ Watt for 1 year. This is a hard choice. I'm also looking at the left tackles down there. We'll look at Allison too. All right, we'll look at Allison as well, and we'll just see. We'll just see what we got. All right, left tackle, middle linebacker, right end. The left tackle, maybe we'll move him to the interior of our offensive line. Let's take a look at our roster real quick before we do anything else. Just to remember, all right, we don't have to worry about quarterback. Halfback, we just got Keaton Mitchell. Let's reorder. Keaton Mitchell. Matthew Ross is the guy we traded for from the Chargers. Jose Girard. We have way too many halfbacks. I don't know if I could package them for like a 5th or something, but obviously Malik Neighbors, Wandell still here. I mean, decent wide receivers. but we're gonna draft another one. Theo Johnson, really good. We only have one tight end. Andrew Thomas probably coming down to the end of his contract. Left guard, we got Wyatt Teller. He'll be there for 1 year. At center, we have Juice Scruggs, who we did sign for a decent amount of time. At right guard was our first pick last year, Cam Hartwig. So we don't have to worry about right guard. And then right tackle is the guy we traded up for a couple of years ago. Left end, Austin Booker. So this is somebody that we got off of waivers or free agency. Both of these guys we got off of free agency. So they're replaceable as far as I'm concerned. But they are young, so it's not something I'm too worried about. Right end, Dayo Odeyingbo. He can go. He's getting up there. So right end could be what we're looking at. Defensive tackle, Jonathan Allen. I believe he's a 1 year as well. Then we have left outside linebacker. We have TJ Watt. We have middle linebacker, Mac Wilson Sr. And then Morris Barber, the guy that we drafted who looks exactly like his picture. Right outside linebacker is going to be drafted first overall. Corners are the same as they've always been, and safeties are still the same. With Nubin, that's just morale, bringing their overall down. It is what it is. So let's take a look at the scouted, what we just got. Oh, sorry. What we just did with our focus scouting and private workouts. So Keon Temple going first. Is that his name? Keon Temple? Yeah, Kevin Temple. Good thing we looked at Callaway. He's around 1 to 2. So Matthews is looking like somebody we'll get. We'll put him at right end, or whoever's at left end will move over. Whatever works best. I wish his awareness was a little bit better. Carden might be a good pick there, middle linebacker. Allison, again, round 1 to 2 with him, but A overall for awareness. So if I can, I'm going to get Zeke Murrell 5th, if I can. And then it's a toss-up between whoever's left for 8th pick. Which I might make it Carden. Carden or Matthews. I'm just looking here at Carden and Matthews right now. Why are we looking? There we go. Impact block, play recognition's B versus Carden's A. B, C, hit power, block shed C, A, finesse moves, A, power moves. Pursuit is a C, meanwhile the left end's an A. Man coverage is an A. Zone is a B. I think I might go with John Carden here. This left tackle's actually not bad looking at his attributes. But John Carden, 8th overall. We'll see how the draft lays out. I'm not going to speed up the draft. I want it to go as fast as it should go. I like the little anticipation. It's kind of nice. So let's see here.
Every career start.
Yeah. It's us. We're going to make our selection. Kevin Temple, baby. Number 1 rank. He is ours. Top 5 rated as well, as far as our scouts are concerned. Number 1 in true value, drafted him first. That's what I'm talking about. Hidden. Power moves A. Alright, so we got a stud. We got the best guy we could possibly get. We got the 5th overalls next. Let's see how this plays out. 5th overall, again, I want to get that wide receiver. Now, if somebody else takes that wide receiver, I don't know. Maybe I don't go wide receiver there. I kind of need to. Wan'Dale Robinson is old. There's Olsen, the other right outside linebacker. He was projected to go there. You notice the Rams, baby. The Rams have given me gold. Gold! Giving me all them first rounders. And then I got it again off of the 13th overall that they gave me. And then I've got a second rounder next year as well from the Chargers, who finished 20th. They picked 20 here, so that would be the 40th overall pick. No, it wouldn't be the 40th. It'd be like 44th or something. I don't know. No, that's not right. 52nd. It'd be the 52nd pick. Who did they pick? The left end, Brian Matthews. So I believe that was one of the guys we were looking at. It definitely was. That's unfortunate. I'm not trading for him. There's other people we can take. All we have to hope for is that the Lions don't take this wide receiver here. And maybe I can flip the 8th overall. I don't want to. We need to at some point actually build on something instead of continuing to build up picks. Alright, they took a right end. Bunch of QBs out there. That left tackle, Carden, is somebody I'm interested in, but Zeke Murrell, 5'11", 215 pounds. I like the metrics there. He dropped a bunch. I don't care. Top 5. Nobody had him going here. We do. Number 3, strong hands makes contested catches. Look easy, smooth, refined short route runner. Didn't drop a pass at the combine. All right, 89 speed, 86 jump, change of direction, 88, 92 agility, 90 acceleration, and just a normal development. For top 5, that's kind of nuts. That's all right though. Deep route run is an A. So now is the 8th overall. Who do we look at? Cardin's who we're targeting. Cardin, they took a left tackle. Cardin's who we're targeting. I guess Cobb could be somebody we go for. He's got an A awareness, and Pinnock should be coming up to the end of his time at our team. We could take Thurman here and put him on the interior. But I would like to get Carden, of all people. I like his measurables. I like his awareness is an A. His man coverage is an A. And then address the interior lines some other way. We do have a bunch of second rounders. And here we go. We're going to take Carden here. Actually, let's just see. Let's pause the draft. Let's see what we could get for the 8th overall. Maybe we can move back just a little bit. Maybe give me a 6th on top of it. The 21st overall, the 32nd, plus their 5th round, their first next year, the 37th. They gave me a first already, I believe. Nothing crazy. The 19th. Titans gives me everything. 2 firsts from them, but one of those is the 29th. See, I need to stay in here in the middle of the first at the very worst. Patriots want to give me their future picks. It's 22nd. That's not enough. It's just not enough. You know, that doesn't move the needle for me. So we're taking Carden, middle linebacker. Well, okay, we wanted to take a left end or a right end, right? But I don't have any left. They took all of them. So we'll take Carden. This pursuit and block shed's not great. Ran a 4.4. Okay vertical, fourth and middle linebackers. Not the strongest. He's got the speed. This is what he's got. Speed and acceleration. Catching awareness, finesse. Play recognition is big. Man coverage. We took him right where we should have. I don't know how they give you a B for that. Right? Because we took the guy right where he's supposed to be taken. It should be like an A, I think. Alright, now we're at the first pick in the second round. Let's pause it. Let's see who's available. Who can be addressed here? Quarterbacks, a ton of quarterbacks. The strong safety is something that we need to look at. And he's got an awareness of A. Hayden. What's his combine? Hayden ran a 4.48. 35 vert, 126 broad. So he's got strength, he's got speed. Let's look at his player card. Physical power delivers bone-crushing hits, struggles to find the ball in the air, has a motor that runs through the... Okay, often looks to rip the ball, shows good discipline and won't get flagged much. I like that. Fourth amongst safeties in speed. He doesn't need much speed. Broad jump I knew was good. 3 cones good. He's got the acceleration. Nothing elite except for agility. Great strength though. So we're gonna take him. I mean, probably a reach 10th. Hayden was ranked 10th in true value. We got him 33rd. Alright, so we are up again here in a few more picks. We are having a good draft so far. That was a strong safety. We do need another tight end. We are short a tight end. Round 1 to 2, Huffman, a slot receiver. Round 1, strong safety there. Oh man, we missed out on these two guys here. It is what it is. Let's take a look. So these are the 3. Huffman would be the only one that we know would be worth the value. At a slot as well. What's his speed? .449, 33.5 vert. We don't necessarily need him, but maybe I can trade Wandell. $24, and we got him at 40. It's almost time for me to go pick my child up from school. We've got our 3rd round pick here. I was tempted to try and trade it out. Oh, this is the 4th round, I'm sorry. He hasn't been picked up. Projected to go top 5. Eli McConnell. Our backup quarterback, I don't know if he's still around. I'm tempted to grab him, just in case we need a quarterback. But again, this is a 4th round, and it's a decent 4th rounder. Do we have anything else that we can do? Ooh. Right tackle Vaughn, pass protector, A awareness. What else you got there, Vaughn? Let's take a look at him. Pass block B, impact C, awareness, run block. Has a motor that runs through the whistle, shows good discipline, won't get flagged much. Physicals, not the greatest physicals. Actually, really poor physicals. Run block power is an F. Run block's a D. Pass block, he's a pass protector. I mean, I just like his awareness. I know more about him than I do about this quarterback, and he's dropped a lot, probably for a good reason. A blocking tight end. These are all day 3 guys. Let's take a look at him some more. Short accuracy is B to D, B medium, C deep. Throw on the run is a C. Throw under pressure is a B. If he was good, he would have been picked up. Do I have a backup quarterback, first of all? I can't even remember. I think we still have him. Yeah, we still do. I'm just seeing, do we need depth? I think that the lineman would be smart for depth. Because everything is in the mid-60s. Not saying he won't be in the mid-60s, but we've already got a quarterback on our staff here. So I'll just go with the guy that's got an A. The only one that I know has an A awareness besides that tight end. And he was, wow, really bad pick. Really bad pick. I kind of figured it wouldn't be the greatest. Here we go. We're in the 5th now. If that quarterback's there, I'll be surprised. No, he's gone. A day 3 wide receiver in Davis. I gotta stop taking wide receivers. Do we have any halfbacks? Day 3 halfbacks. Receiving power, elusive. In the combine. You didn't run anything in the combine. We have a 4.43 here, receiving back. Tremaine Moore. 33.4 vert. 121 broad. These are good numbers. Sure. Ball carrier vision's an F. That's not good. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these backs. Try and move them, I guess. Let's see. What do we have at defensive tackle? Speed rusher, defensive tackle? I'm probably just going to grab him, even though he looks terrible. .498. No block shed. Now these last picks I don't think matter to me. We got the 7th overall. Can I get a 6th rounder for it? There's a 6 from them. 2 7s, a 6th. 6 from the Browns. You're the Browns. Let me get
Ladies
that.
and gentlemen, the current pick has been traded.
There we go. Middle of the rounds wasn't that great. We didn't get lucky in our middle of the round picks, but we did get future of the team picks right here. And Kevin Temple, an 80 overall right outside linebacker. That's what I'm talking about. Zeke Morrell, 79 overall. Beautiful. And John Carden, 76 overall. Then in the 2nd round, we got a strong safety and Huffman. And then we got depth pieces here. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I am really excited about this right here, though. This is big. 2 wide receivers to go along with Malik Neighbors. I'm going to try and trade Wandale immediately. Can I trade him right now? This is where we're going to end this video. See if we can trade Wandale for something. We've got no cap room. Wandale's an 81 overall, by the way. Let's see what we can get. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Right guard. He's only 23 as well. Ooh, a left guard with a better... He's only 23. A 6th round pick as well. And he's got a better development trait. Alright, Raiders. I'll take that. Due to salary cap restrictions, the software cannot be accepted. Please try another. Well, then why did you give it to me? Wandale and Jeremy George. Sure. Where's the Raiders at? Now they're going to give me a better corner. That sucks. All right. Why would they do that? Like, this is what I want right here. I gotta free up more cap room for him. All right. So because I'm 620 over, I will add in something cheap. We have way too many wide receivers. So that evens that up. And I'll try and get a 5th off of them. Just cuz. If I can't, I can't. It's fine. Beautiful. I mean, what else do I have? I think I've got a trade a running back here. I think I have a lot of my running backs. Yeah. We just drafted him. He's a lot. We still have way too many wide receivers. Who's huge cap hit? Almas? Yeah, let's see if we can get anything for Almas. I doubt it. Alright. That's fun. Thanks, man. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna advance to the next year. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna take a bite ski. What? We just drafted this guy. He came out of college with a wrist injury? Let's take a look at our depth. I remember when we drafted this guy. And he's a backup, a QB of the future here. 86 overall, Marco Michaels. We're gonna have to spend some money this year on Malik Neighbors. Keaton Mitchell, his first chance at getting a starting gig. Jose Gerard behind him, and then Matthew Ross. My fantasy draft is going off right now. Malik Neighbors, 86 overall, beautiful. And then Zeke Murrell, 5th overall pick. And then Daryl Huffman in the 2nd round, I believe, is when we took him. And that's what I'm talking about right there. We're going to let Jeremy George walk or trade him, because there's no need. We only have one tight end. We We don't need any others. All right, Andrew Thomas, 92 overall. Wyatt Teller, 86 overall. Chus Scruggs, 76 overall. We need a better center. Cam Hartwig, 79 in his second year. And then Brendan Cole in his third year, 84 overall. Left end, Austin Booker and Spencer Johnston, both young left ends. Right end, Deo Adeyoungbo. So our ends aren't the greatest. Defensive tackle, Jonathan Allen. Hopefully he does well. TJ Watt, hopefully he can stay healthy, 85 overall. And then our draft darlings right here. Morris Barber and Carden when he can get on. And then Kevin Temple, first overall pick, 80 overall. Can't wait to have him get some reps in. Keontae Mentor also was highly picked. Deontay Banks just re-signed. Cordell Flott, he had a long contract. I signed him for a long period of time. And then Tyler Newbin. And then we've got Jason Pinnock. Jason Pinnock's going to have to go here pretty soon for Milo Hayden, who was picked in the second round. So Pinnock might actually be a good trade, someone to trade. All right, this is going to do it for today. Thank you guys for hanging out. Hopefully we'll be able to make a deep run into the playoffs here in the next year or two, but we do have a bunch of first rounders and second rounders this year as well for this season. So, I mean, we are set up for the future. I hope you guys had a great one, and I'll catch you next time.